Hi everyone, welcome back to Happier Teen. It's been probably more than a year because I completely lost all motivation to post videos and just didn't think about it anymore. I found my YouTube channel again and I wanted to start posting. Finally with stuff that I need to improve with myself, things that I'm actually motivated to teach about so that I myself can learn. So without waiting further, this is how I'm going to motivate myself for the next 3 weeks to study for the SAT, to learn breakdancing, and to start a business before school starts. Let's go. I'm filming on my phone. The only reason being is it's the easiest thing for me to grab right now. So that's the first thing. I'm making things convenient. I'm just grabbing my phone and doing it. Second of all, I'm about to eat the Trader Joe's healthier peanut butter cup because it will give me motivation to study for the SAT. This is scalar learning. I'm using scalar learning to practice for the SAT. My audio is really fuzzy. I don't know why, but it's okay. Okay, so the reason that I'm using scalar learning to study for the SAT is I've used many textbooks before. Took a bunch of practice tests on YouTube where it would show the question and then show the answer in 10 seconds. And I realized I really enjoy that type of practicing for tests, so I'm applying that to the SAT right now. And it's actually way more interesting to see someone work out through the problem. And it's clarified a lot of misunderstandings even though I'm only 6 minutes into the video. So let's keep going. You guys like my new tripod? It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Now the denominator is gone. It's just gonna be this quantity times p. So I'm gonna divide both sides by that gigantic numerator.
Which is why I recommend, if you want to try a new method of learning, go to YouTube and type practice SAT problems. And you should find a lot of practice tests where people go through the problems and go through every single section. For example, the calculator, non-calculator math sections, reading, writing and grammar, all of that stuff. And see if you like this online type of learning. Okay, so next tip. I've been watching motivational videos pretty much every night for the past 2 weeks, and what I found is the number one thing you need for success is a routine. And it's so hard. It's so difficult for me to get into a routine, but because I'm gonna teach you guys to get into a routine, I better do it myself. I better set a good example. So I'll be doing it for the next 3 weeks, and hopefully by then it'll be habit during the school year. So what do I mean by routine? Well, for example, waking up and making your bed right away is a routine. So if I wake up and I sit in bed for a little bit, 5 minutes, and then I get up and I make my bed, that kind of exemplifies procrastination, and that's kind of how I'll do my activities throughout the day. Remember, the way you do anything is the way you do everything. So instead, I'm gonna wake up every morning, and I want you guys to as well. Wake up every morning, and as soon as you open your eyes, give yourself a second to register, a second to be thankful for the new day, the exciting new day, and get up. Make your bed and get on to the first thing that you're gonna do. So what's the first thing I did this morning? The first thing I did this morning, I went on my phone for 2 minutes this time, not 2 hours, and I pulled up this app where I did a guided exercise and a guided meditation, and I felt really good, and I asked the gods to give me a laser concentration today while I study, and it's actually really helped, and I truly believe in it. So if I recommend anything from today, you don't even have to be productive. Just wake up in the morning and be silent for a little bit. Don't think about anything, and determine with complete conviction that you're gonna get certain things done today, even if it's just one thing. So that's the major most tip. Okay, second tip. What is motivating you to study or to get into a routine of learning this, like learning a language, learning a dance? Well, let me tell you guys what's motivating me. I just feel anxious, I don't mean to, and I don't look like the type of person that'd be anxious all the time, but something little in me is always kind of worried about something. And one time I did something on this bucket list of things to do. For example, I have to practice dance, I have to study for the SAT, all these little things that are in the back of my mind. I wrote a list, and one day I decided to do one of them, and I felt that anxiety lesson a little, and I was like so much happier. I was so much freer that day, and I felt so good. There was nothing in the back of my mind, even though I just did one of the things that was in the back of my mind. There was nothing, and I felt so good. So that feeling right there is really motivating me. So how am I going to practice that? Well, the major things that I need to do are practice dance and study. Dance and study. Those are two things I just really wanted to do this summer, and I've done a little bit of both, and I have 3 weeks left, but those are the two things I still really want to do. So I'm making it a point today to practice 20 minutes of dance and to study, even if it's 5 minutes, even if I only get 5 minutes of practicing dance, and I will feel so good. And study. And the goal is 2 hours, but you know what, 20 minutes is fine. I'll feel a lot better, and that feeling will be what I keep striving for every day, and it'll become addictive. This addictive feeling of having nothing on your plate and not being worried about it at all. That's what I'm striving for. Okay, so remember that quote I told you earlier, the way you do anything is the way you do everything? That's a quote I found in a YouTube comment yesterday. I'll try to quote the person. I'm sorry if it's you. Just let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, so how I'm practicing that, I really want to be successful in life. I want to be a role model to other people, an inspiration, be super good at dancing, be like this social person, maybe a YouTube star. Yeah, that's my version of success, not money or anything, is that. That's how I know I'm gonna be really excited to live every day and wake up excited. So how am I gonna work to that? I lack self-control. So how am I gonna combat that? I'm going to focus on one skill, breakdancing, which is something I just got into yesterday. And I'm going to apply that quote, the way you do anything is the way you do everything. So I'm going to keep practicing. Every time you practice, you get better. Every single time. I'm going to practice breakdancing a little bit every day. And I'm going to be completely dedicated to it. And hopefully that mentality and that habit will shift to other things I do in my life. Because breakdancing I'm really excited to do. I'm not dreading it at all. So hopefully when I get into the habit of just working on it every day and being excited, like that'll shift to my other things. Like, hey, I'm gonna grind this SAT prep. I'm gonna like do a little bit of that today and practice it. And hopefully that'll shift to my K-pop dancing and hip hop. And I'll get like really good and dedicated at each one, even if I only practice for a couple minutes a day. And then throughout the my life, that mentality will really strengthen. Be suddenly like studying a little bit every day after school and getting better at dance, a new language. I'm trying to learn Bengali, so, and Korean. It's kind of a lot, but I'm just gonna do Bengali for now. So yeah, I'm gonna try doing some, like practicing that mentality of putting in a little bit of effort every day on all the things, you know, SAT, dance, but specifically breakdancing, because it's something I really want to develop and get really good at, and want that productivity to shift onto the other things I do, so that they can all grow together and I can be a very balanced person. I'm gonna cast a BTS quote from a song, and this is on my wallpaper. It's exactly what the point of this video is trying to get to. Never be late to do anything you want to do right now, because in the future, what you did now will be what you will be. So that is why I want to motivate myself and motivate you guys, so that we can have the best future for ourselves. Ultimately, guys, I want to be excited to wake up every day in the future. I don't want to be bored or have a very generic life, you know? You know what I mean? I'm sure you guys have your own goals for the future, or feelings that you want to feel, so let's work towards that together. Okay, so now, what are we gonna do? I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of homework. First, I want you guys to write a routine that you wanna make, and even if you don't stick to anything in the routine, stick to one thing. It's kind of counter what I said, but stick to one thing and experiment to see if that mentality shifts to all the other things, because I can guarantee you it will. It won't just apply to one part of your life. It'll start to shift to all aspects of your life. So choose one thing and be super dedicated at it in your routine. The other things, really try your best. If you're really unmotivated, just stick to one thing at least. To list the things that are like burdening on you. So make a list of them and write them into your routine so that you eventually start doing things. I promise you'll feel better every day. So do it. Okay, so I gave you 2 things to do, right? Find something that you're gonna stick to every day and list all the things out that are burdening you. Third thing, final thing, is I want you to think about, one second, let me move, my cousins keep calling me. I want you to think about why you're trying to motivate yourself. What are you looking for? Are you looking for a future like that you're building? Are you looking to be a YouTube star, like a dancer, a really cool breakdancer, have a cool hobby, something that you want to shift this motivation to so that you're able to build up a cool future? Or is it like you just don't want to feel stressed all the time anymore? And I want you to write it all down and remember to stick to those 2 things or stick to that one thing that you really like. And yeah, so as a review, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and it really helped you and that you follow these 3 tips to success and see how it works for you. Comment in the comments down below and I will share with you my progress. So have an amazing day. You're awesome. Bye, happier teens. See you later.